what we like better. So let's see, let's take a drink of coffee, see how that picks up. Well, gonna pick up me spilling it all over myself. So we'll get that noise. Now that I'm done with spilling coffee all over myself, let's try it with the microphone over there instead of directly underneath me. See how that sounds, shall we? Let's take another drink of coffee. See if we can not spill it all over ourselves. Oh, we drank it like an adult. Good coffee. It's cold, but it's good. So, shall we try whispering again and see how that works? Shall we try some more background noise? It's the same background noise as before. Ding, ding, ding on the coffee cup. Ding, ding, ding on the coffee cup. Whoop, whoop, whoop on the coffee cup. Just not Becky. There, let's see how that sounds. Hey, hey, Reb here, Rebecca. Just not Becky. Let's move this camera and start over. Hey, hey, Reb here, Rebecca. What? Just not Becky. And Alberto. Get in there. Say hello. And Poppy's over here. So, I've been feeling a little blue. So yesterday I turned 47. 47's fine. It's not ancient. Although if you think back to when you were a kid, 47 sounded like you were about to turn into dust and fly away on the wind, right? I remember when I was a kid, my parents sounded ancient at like 30. There's parts of 47 that are not so great. There's parts of 47 that are fantastic. Anyway. Oh, there I go again with the anyway. I gotta think of something else to say. Or if I catch myself saying anyway, maybe I should have to do something. I gotta think of something. What should I do if I catch myself saying anyway? If you have an idea, tell me. That would be a good challenge, right? Maybe it'll stop me. Regardless, I was thinking, I thought I'd give myself a birthday present and we could make an open terrarium. So I got some supplies and I'm going to make an open terrarium and we can chat about 47. How about that? So let's do that. There is a video from right when I started my channel, terrarium tour. So you can take a look at all the different terrariums I have. Most of them are closed terrariums. I have 2 open terrariums currently and they're doing great. So why not make a new one? And we'll talk 47. So let's get at it, shall we? Okay, we're ready to go. So this is the vessel that I found. And ooh, that sounds neat. This is the vessel that I found to do our open terrarium in. I found it at Stein's Gardens and Gifts. Find a little sparkle in your sunshine. Anyway, the vessel was on sale. I got it for $13. So I thought it would be fun. And I found various things to put in my open terrarium that I would normally not get because they're humidity loving plants. And I know that I would just fry them up into drying, hard, crispy little black things if they weren't in a terrarium. So I got fern type things mainly and ivy and I am going to show you what I got. These things, I don't know what they're called, but I always think they're really cool looking. They're tiny little green things, which you're not gonna be able to see because I can't reach. Maybe I'll be able to zoom in. Oh, geez, I will try to get close. Oh my God, I'm gonna tip something over. This is gonna be ugly. I got that. Okay, they're roughly little things that look like lettuce heads, but the new growth comes out of the top of the leaf. You're not gonna be able to see that. This is part of 47 too. Everything hurts. Then I got these ferns, you know, the ones that are blue and leafy that I love. They're very like woo woo like that. I got just a big old variegated ivy. I'm gonna knock my vessel over. Okay. Because I wanted something for some color that would get nice and tall. I got some nice bright red Photonia for some nice pretty color. And then I am going to put in for height in the back this pretty bird's nest fern. You don't know what this is doing to my knees and my back. This is all for you. And then a rattlesnake calathea. I'm gonna take a couple pieces out of that and slide them in. I like my terrariums to be full because the fun thing is once they fill up to the point where they're too full, you can take them apart and redo them. And plus, plants grow so fast in terrariums because they're like a perfect ecosystem and they grow like crazy. You suddenly have mature plants that you can do something else with, which is pretty exciting. All right, so let's get these off to the sides. Since I said sides, I better put some on each side. And, oh, let me show you the other thing I found. You know I have a Russian tortoise named Nikolai, who, by the way, I haven't seen in ages because he's in brumation, which is hibernation for reptiles. And I get so worried that he's actually dead that every once in a while I have to go in and just tap, tap, tap on his shell and make sure that he at least moves a little bit. I hate brumation. None of my reptiles have ever brumated before. Okay, so anyway, I found this tortoise planter. Isn't it cute? I was thinking of what I could put in it. I think I might take my other wonky little pilea and put it in there. What do you think? I think that would be pretty cute. Anyway. So I thought I would just show you that. It was also a little sale item at Stein's. At Stein's. Oh, there's the flat side. Okay, so what's my little table, you ask? It's where I keep my soil and where I do my repotting. Since I rent, I don't have like a spot for a nice potting table. And what it is this flat little like underbed Rubbermaid. And what it started out as, why it has little tiny holes drilled all over in it, is because I used to transport my reptiles in it when they had to either go to the vet or whatever. So I would put them in here with some bedding. But then I realized I needed something for soil, so I used it. But it's still kind of nice because then if I end up just dumping soil in from like a pot that I'm repotting and I don't get rid of it right away and it's really wet and soggy, it doesn't get all yucky in there because it's got air. So let's open this bad boy up. I already have soil mixed up in my soil container and it'll be plenty, but what it is my standard mix of black gold organic potting mix, a crap ton of perlite, and some orchid bark. And that's what we're gonna use in there. All right, I'm also gonna put Just some pebbles on the bottom. For a closed terrarium, normally I would put some screen then down to keep my charcoal layer from going into that layer, but I'm not going to do that for this little guy because it's not necessary. And then we're going to put the soil in and then the plants. So, just going to take my soil out, put my lid back on because I need a workstation. Okay. Uh-oh. I should have a knife. I'm never going to get this open. I don't have a knife. I'll be back. I need some skizzers. Here's part of the 47. Watch how I have to get up. Especially because of my knee. Yeah, I tried not to groan too much for you. Now, I really should rinse these off, but I'm not going to because I'm a rebel. You want to hear a funny story about
Rebel and my name before we do this? I'll do it because it's going to be noisy. I'll tell you first. So I dated this guy who was kind of trouble, whatever, but we dated off and on for a long time. And his name was Eric. And he did one of those like India ink and a needle and thread tattoos on his arm right here, there. And it was really big and it said Reb. But the B, he underlined with, like, he went B, right? So Reb was underlined with the end of the B. When we finally broke up for real, he still had this big Reb on his forearm. So eventually I found out, I saw him, he added an EL to the end, so it said Rebel, but the B underlined, remember, Reb, so it always said Reb. Oh.
Okay. Just gonna add a little layer of stone. Here I got a mic, I'm gonna cover it up for this whole stone part. This is just a little layer so that if some extra water gets through, it's not just gonna sit on the very bottom so that the muck is not gonna make. The muck is not gonna make, it's not just gonna make muck. Okay, just enough to cover the very bottom of the vessel. I think I'm gonna carry one of these around all the time and just talk into it like that. Okay, now we're gonna add a little bit of charcoal. That didn't rip off well at all. Let's cut it. Let's see how this sounds. This is not working. I'm not gonna try that. I was gonna see how it sounded in the mic, but it didn't work. Oh, that just was awful for you. I thought it might sound neat, but it didn't. Okay, let's get really black fingers with some charcoal. What the heck is that? This is just some kind of shredded plastic. That is definitely not charcoal. The charcoal is just activated horticultural charcoal, and all it's going to do is help with any kind of yuckiness. It's going to clean it up a little bit. Just like when you add a nice charcoal face mask, it's supposed to detoxify you.
Because you know I do tons of face masks because I'm very, very girly. But I know that some of you probably do those and it detoxifies. Well, it kind of does that for plants, soil too. Just like charcoal. I also, for you campers and hikers and adventurizers out there, if you have to make your water safe, you have like charcoal things that you can use to make the water safe so you can drink all of that scummy pond water that you find when you're stuck out in the wilderness. That's kind of what it does for your terrarium. Okay,
now it's time for soil. So let's talk 47, shall we?
You know, what it does to your body is not fantastic. I don't mind the face wrinkles at all, really. I like crow's feet. I honestly do. Face wrinkles don't bother me. Crow's feet, particularly, I've always thought are attractive on men and women. I think their laugh lines, I think their character, I think wrinkles all over the face are neat. I've always been prepared to have one of those faces that is like a road map of extremely deep wrinkles. You know, like you see on photographs of old people in National Geographic. Those are the kind of wrinkles my family gets, and I know that that's what I'll have. My dad had them, my grandmother had them, everyone in that side of my family has them. And I'm fine with that, totally fine with that. It shows that you've lived. I think they're beautiful.
Now, what I'm not okay with is this chicken skin that I've got going on. It is so bad, and it has come on so suddenly that when I look at my videos and I look at my pictures, it's like, this is okay. The skin is okay. I've got the wrinkles a little bit, not as many as I expected to have, honestly, not yet. They're coming, but this is shocking. Shocking. Horrifying. Like, it's crepe paper. It's chicken gizzard skin. I don't know what happened, and there's nothing I can do about it. And it looks like when I post a picture or a video that I've somehow done some kind of filter on my face and forgot to do it on my neck. But I don't. I don't put filters on my face. And I don't do some sort of smoothing thing on my face and forget it on my neck. So now I feel like I should do something filter-wise on my neck and then wrinkle up my face to make it match. But I don't believe in doing filters and smoothing things on my pictures. I don't believe in that. It's horrifying. Okay, I put soil in here. I feel like I need to go cry for a little while and come back. But I believe this should be an honest video, and I usually don't stop and start my videos. I just put a thin layer of soil. Oh my God, I'm gonna come closer. Oh God, my body. So this is what I did. Can you see? It's a thin layer because we're gonna be adding plants that have some soil on them already, even though we're gonna take some off. And we're also gonna be adding soil around the plants. So we don't wanna start with too much. That's something you have to remember. If you start with too much, suddenly you're gonna have half of your terrarium soil, which if you look at my terrarium tour, you're gonna see I've done that in many of them. Okay. I keep getting text notifications and they're replies to a text I sent earlier, and I'm very concerned about the reply. So now I'm a little stressed out. In fact, I'm gonna take a little soil out because now I'm stressed out. I put too much in. Oh, now I'm just digging out charcoal. I think I took enough out. I'm all stressed out now. My mood's been a little all over the place today. I got my period today. So maybe that's why I've been a little blue too. I don't know what's going on. Freaking out, man. All right. Okay, so here's the front. We're gonna start out with some of the tall stuff in the back.
I'm also keep looking over there because my phone is backwards because I got this mic and it plugs in, but now the gimbal is goofy and I had to flip my phone the other way because the cord is on the side that normally goes into the gimbal. So now my camera is on the opposite side. So if you see me looking way off to the side, that's why. Okay.
So let's put in our tallest plants first. Oh no, now I don't have my spot where I usually dump my soil.
Oh, this is going to be a hideous mess. Oh, brother, what to do? I'm going to go get a garbage bag. Oh no, I can't really do that. We're just going to make a mess. Oh, damn. Okay.
So the other parts of 47 of my body, oh my God, this is a soggy mess. Oh, gross. There's the whole rest of how the body turns to mush. Kind of looks like what this looks like. But that's been happening for a long time, so that's not new. Really, the worst part is the chicken skin on the neck and the gobbler. The gobbler's getting bad too, and that goes right along with the chicken skin. So with this, I'm trying to take off as much soil as I can because I don't want that soil to take up too much room. I want the plants to take up the room. And honestly, this soil is disgusting. Really disgusting. So I want as much room for plants and my good soil and as little room for these roots. So I don't want to take all the soil off, but I do want to take as much as I can. Oh my God, there's a lot of good roots. There really are. But a lot of really stinky, fishy smelling soil. Blech. Okay. I also don't want this to take forever. Oh my gosh, slimes, what did you put in here? I mean, I know slimes didn't plant them. They don't do their own. But I feel like I'm gonna see goldfish coming out of here. Maybe carp. Oh. You know what else goes to crap when you hit 47? Your digestive system. Yeah, last night was not pretty. Okay, I think that's enough off of there. Now, what's the prettiest side? This side. So I'm gonna stick this all the way to the back. Now, pretty much I'm right on top with a charcoal. So I'm just setting it pretty much right on top, and then I'll put some soil around it. You could use a spoon, but this has a big opening, so I can fit my hand right in there. And I don't want to pile it up too much because I'm going to be putting plants right up against it, so I will fill it in more. I just want to cover the roots. I'm not trying to build soil up. Show you so you can see inside the hole a little bit, but I know you can't really see, but from the side maybe. I am truly squishing it right up against the glass, and I also want it to be a little taller in the back, but he will grow, so I don't want it to be too tall. Okie dokie, let's move on to put in, let's take this apart, the rattlesnake calathea. I'm going to take it out, and then I'm going to take just it into maybe 4 or 5 pieces if I can without wrecking it. What else about 47? There's good things about 47. Like, you start not to care so much about what people think. My whole life, I really cared way too much about what people thought. Mainly, like, I spent most of my life living in horrible fear of a very terrifying mother. And it wasn't until I got her out of my life that I started to finally live for me. Wow, these are really good roots, and these are really together. So once I finally learned that I would never be happy until I lived for myself, and learned that if I wasn't who I'm meant to be and living for my own self and being my authentic self, that I would never be happy and never be able to truly love myself or love other people the way they deserve to be loved, that I started really living my life. And that didn't happen until sometime in my mid-30s to late 30s. So now I'm finally pretty much there. So that's a beautiful thing about 47. Wow, I don't know how I'm going to get these apart. Hopefully they'll survive when I snap them apart. They are really not wanting to divide. Oh, good God. Yeah, I don't know. I may have just killed a whole bunch of those. Those are bad. Some, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, this chunk still has roots, I think. Oh, I really did some damage. I thought those would be a lot easier to separate than they were. Okay, this chunk is still good. So, let's show you what I did. This little chunk has a bunch of stems. It's like a bulb of them, and there's still good roots on them. So this chunk will be good. And it's going to be very squished in there, but that is okay. I am good with that. I just want some nice height. So we are going to put that one chunk back to the back. And they should do really well in here. They should really love the humidity. I'm just spreading some more soil around in there. Okay, we're good. This chunk came out much happier. Oh, and there's a whole nother tuber in there. Oh, wait a second here. Okay, that one was not good. These came out much nicer. Okay. I got a nice tiny little section. Oh my God. What are you doing to me making me come so close? This is a nice little tiny small one, so I can put that in front. And this is a smaller one also that I can put kind of in the middle with really awesome roots. Okay, that's what I was hoping for. Okay, so I'm gonna put
this one in kind of in the center. I wish you could kind of see what I'm doing. I'll show you closer after I get these two in here. So I'm kind of putting it on top and then putting some soil around it. Because like I said, I didn't put much soil on top of the charcoal. Let's see, what else about 47? My kids are getting older, and that's fun. So as I have hit 47, my kids are very self-sufficient in most ways, and they're really fun to hang out with. So that is a really fun thing about 47. When they were super little, I didn't have any time for myself, and it was always a constant run, 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 take them here, take them there, always having to do something for them, no time for myself. But now they're older, one of them is driving, and they're very independent, and they're such good kids that I don't have to worry about them. Of course, I worry about them constantly, but I don't have to worry about them always needing something. So I have a lot more time for me. And that is a blessing. So that is a really good thing about 47.
So, you ever have someone you care about forget about your birthday? And should you just not care? Should that not bother you once you get to a certain age? I mean, I know as a kid it should bother you. But when you're an adult, is it stupid that it bothers you when someone forgets your birthday? I mean, is that really super stupid and narcissistic if it makes you sad that someone you care about, like one of your most important people, forgets your birthday? It probably is stupid, right? Okay, so this is what we've got so far. You can see it. So I've spread them out and put the biggest things in the back really squished in. And I'm just setting them basically on top and then putting a little soil around them just to support them. And now I'm gonna put the little tiny ones all around. And I'm gonna have it super full. And that's gonna help with the humidity in there too. And also just make it super pretty. I don't know if I'm gonna end up putting that ivy in there. I don't think I am. All right, I'm gonna put this tiny little fern in. I have 2 of those. I do the same thing. Get a bunch of the soil off as much as I can. Oh, this is a plug, so I gotta try to get all that yucky like knitting off. Peeling that stuff off always freaks me out because I feel like I'm peeling roots off. Do you feel that way? Why aren't you answering? Hello? Do you feel that way? You could at least acknowledge that I'm asking you a question. Isn't that the worst when you like don't feel acknowledged by people? Okay. This little guy I'm gonna pop in. I like to put like super contrasting colors. So I'm gonna put this one off to the side by the taller rattlesnake calathea. Again, I'm kind of putting a divot in, but really, once I move a little soil, I'm right on top of the charcoal, so I don't need to move it. I'm just setting it kind of on top and putting soil around it. They don't need tons of soil. They don't need tons of soil. Remember, you want this to be plants, not soil halfway up your terrarium. I'm gonna put the other little fern in too. Trying to balance it all out. I don't want the same plants right next to each other. All right. It's like a little earth painting. Earth painting, not earth panting.
I don't think I've said anyway in a little while, have I? Maybe I have and I just haven't noticed. Okay, this guy's ready to go in. I don't want him directly across from the other one, but these guys get a little taller, so I don't want it right in front. I'm going to tuck it in the same area, but not right next to it. Remember, these are really easy to move around if you don't like the placement. Like that, I did not like the placement. I'm moving it over a little. What else about 47? I like odd numbers, and it's an odd
number, so that's good. 47 feels very much, because it is very much like the upper 40s. So that's a little weird. So it definitely feels older than 46. 46 was still kind of squarely in the mid 40s in my head, where 47 is definitely upper 40s, real close to 50. Okay, I'm putting this weird little lettucey thing where the new foliage comes out the top in. Is this really hideously boring for you? Especially because you can't really see what I'm doing. I'm going to show you again in just a second. Promise. I keep my promises always. I'm a promise protector. I believe in keeping promises. I'm also extraordinarily honest. I've never been able to tell a lie. It's a problem. Okay, here's where we are at this point. Oh my God, this is so hard to hold. Okay, so starting to fill it up. Using my cheek to balance to turn it here. I think it's starting to look pretty. Okay, we're getting some different colors and textures in there. We've got one more of those lettucey tall things, and then we've got our 2 red Phoetonias, and that's it.
Why else have I been feeling blue, you ask? Mostly probably my period, but also I'm a little stressed out about the health crap, I think. So I have to have heart surgery. I'm putting this other lettucey thing near the other lettucey thing, I decided. So yeah, I have to have heart surgery. Now, it's not a serious heart surgery. They should be able to do it with one of those catheter things up from my groin up into my heart. But it's still weird to think that they're going to do surgery on my heart. I've had something like 18 surgeries in my life. I was an athlete, and also I've just had lots of stupid stuff over the years. But none of them have been like on my heart. They've all been weird other, things that don't feel very serious. Anyway, it's not a big deal on the heart. It's something that's fairly common. I've got a hole in my heart. I didn't used to have the hole in my heart, but a few years ago I had a little mild stroke, and then fairly recently, I had this clot, King clot testicle, and once they found out that I had that clot, and now they keep trying to figure out what brought that clot on, now they realize, oh, well, I obviously had a clot a couple of years ago too, because that's what would have caused that strokey thing. And then when they had that strokey thing, they found out that I had that hole in my heart. But they didn't think too much of the hole in my heart back then, because they didn't expect I would have another clot until I had another clot unexpectedly. And now they know I have clots for some reason that they can't figure out. So now that they know I have clots on occasion for some reason, they know I have to get that hole fixed. Because if I have another clot, anytime I have a clot, it's good risk of it going through that hole in the heart and then going straight up to my brain and going like that. So now I have to have this damn hole in my heart fixed. So I'm just waiting to find out when that's going to be done. So on top of that, there's this whole stupid knee surgery that I'm supposed to have, but I can't have until I've been clot-free for 6 months. But I have a feeling they're not going to even think about that until after the stupid heart surgery. And yeah, so it's just all been a little strange lately. Strange, wouldn't you say? Strange. So I would say that that's all a downside of 47. Probably some health issues popping up. So there's that about 47. You get old people health issues. More good things about 47. I'm really close to getting senior discounts on things. So that's a fantastic upside. Really close to senior citizenship. Alright, this is going to be the last thing I pop in here. The second Fittonia. Now I can't see a Fittonia without thinking about Mary J's plants. Best, sweetest little lady. You need to check out her channel if you haven't, but really, who hasn't? Because she's amazing, right?
Okay, I'm thinking this is super pretty. I'm excited for you to see a good look at it. I'm really sorry that you're not getting any kind of a look at it as I'm making it. So this is probably lame, and I probably have lost every single person by now who's started watching this video. Oh, well, this worked out good because look, I have that much soil left. Okay, that's that. All right, so now I'm just going to tweak where things are a little bit and just kind of pulling them, pushing them. And done. All right, I did not put the IV in. I'm gonna bring this a little closer. All right, so through the hole, this is what it looks like. And I know with the reflection it's kind of hard to see, but well, it's real hard to see, isn't it? But that's what we've got. Now, for care on this bad boy, oh my God, my knee. Oh shoot, this is not good. Oh, I'll go a little closer and sit down. I'm gonna sit my butt right on a pile of dirt. All right, so how do you care for this, you ask? Well, when I started out, I am gonna go in with my mister, and I'm gonna mist the heck out of it until the soil is completely saturated. And I'll wait until I see a little bit of water come through into the stones at the bottom. Not like so there's standing water, but so that there's good water. I'm gonna use the spray bottle to spray down all the glass on the inside and let everything settle down. But that's kind of a nice way to watch the water get down in there too, and then spray off the leaves. So I'm not just gonna spray the soil to get that all saturated. I'm actually gonna use, while I use the water to get everything wet and planted down in there, I'm gonna use it to clean everything off too. And then I'm gonna do it just like anything else. As I see the soil start to get dried out a little bit, I'm gonna just give it a good mist here and there. I'm not gonna like use a watering can and soak it, but I'm gonna mist it down and treat it like anything else. I'm not gonna put it in anywhere where there's gonna get direct sun, because if that sun goes through that glass, it's gonna be like a magnifier and it is gonna fry everything in there. So I'm gonna keep it in a bright area, but no direct sun, no grow light on it. That would be like one heck of an ozone problem on its little environment. We would have global warming like none other. Not that there's such a thing as global warming or an ozone problem, but this is basically an ecosystem. This is basically our little world, and you treat this like you would hope our Earth would be treated. So there you have it. All right. I hope that you enjoyed this and our discussion on 47. I know it was very long and you really couldn't see what we were doing, and I probably have no one watching anymore, but this was really probably just more for me. Okay, well, The dogs are both happily sleeping. I'm not going to go disturb them. I hope that you have a plantastic day, and I'll see you